Hey guys, in this video we'll be covering my install of a new Graph Tech TUSQ nut on a Squier SE Strat. Adding a new nut can improve the tone of a guitar and also increase its tuning stability, especially if you have something like a plastic nut that's causing a lot of binding. The first thing we want to do is loosen all our strings and remove the old nut. I wouldn't recommend taking off the strings since we need to be able to test the string height after and change the setup of the guitar. I've loosened off all the strings and tucked them away to the side of the fretboard. With all the strings loose, we need to remove the old nut. This can be a little difficult depending on how much glue was used, and we'll talk about that a little more later. To get it out, we tapped it with a flat screwdriver. This works better with a flat wood block and it's safer for the guitar, but I didn't have one available at the time. It also doesn't help when you're working with a plastic nut since they tend to crack easier than they pop out of the slot, which is what happened here. Once you've got the nut out, take a sharp knife and clean out any remaining glue from the nut slot. Then do a dry test fit with the nut. Make sure it fits nice in the slot and that it's not too low, otherwise you'll end up with the string buzzing after. Next, take a small dab of glue and add it to the bottom of the nut to hold it in place. I clearly added too much in this video. It doesn't cause any issues right now, but it would make it a lot more difficult to remove it in the future. Before the glue dries, put the strings back in place and tighten them to check the alignment. Make sure the nut is centered, otherwise the strings will be too close to the edge of the frets and make playing difficult. Once it's lined up, let the glue dry and the pressure from the strings will hold everything in place. After letting the glue dry for a few minutes, I had to clean up the edges of the nut with a file. It typically extends slightly past the end of the fretboard. This doesn't look very good and it doesn't leave the neck smooth, so the excess material needs to be removed. I started off with a large file to get most of the material off. Just be careful with these because it will very quickly damage the neck if you go too far. Then I finished it off and smoothed it out with a small needle file. After all that, just tune up the guitar and check the setup since you may need to either lower the strings by cutting the slots deeper or fix any buzzing. In my case, my neck was a little too flat for my liking and it was causing a small amount of buzzing, so I simply removed some of the tension on the truss rod to fix this. Playing the guitar with the new nut, I immediately noticed an improvement to my tone, especially at the high end when playing some open chords. It also prevented a lot of the tuning issues I was getting while bending the strings due to binding at the nut. After all this, I would definitely recommend a Graph Tech nut as a cheap and easy way to improve a guitar like this. Thanks for checking out this video on the Graph Tech nut upgrade on my Squier Strat. If you want to get one of these for your guitar, check out the link in the video description below. Also, if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and press that little bell button so you get notifications whenever we release new content.